There once was a queen by the name of Katherine Parr.
Katherine! She is a firebrand.
I was fascinated by the complexity of the story and that it's such a good thriller.
The story of a woman married with a monster, trying to survive him at the very end of his life.
You're still not sure what's going to happen. The sense of danger in this time.
Henry is a narcissistic psychopath. Towards the end of his life, he's becoming more and more paranoid. And that's what the story is about, how she as a woman navigates the toxic masculinity, a masculinity that could kill her.
We all know that his last wife outlived him, but there's something wonderful in how she outlived him that I think lends itself to a great story.
We would have to have their head cut off.
I'm sure you would come up with something much more creative.
One of the main things that made me attracted to the film was because Kareem was directing it.
He's such an interesting, very visual, powerful director.
The passion that he's able to capture. He's drawn conclusions that maybe nobody would have before.
And what's great is that he never wants us to do the same thing twice.
I knew that it was going to be a job unlike any I'd ever taken, just because of his approach.
Is she more vicious than all the others?
Alicia really embodied a lot of what we had in mind for Katherine.
She's absolutely giving her all to it.
She also just has a very natural understanding of scene and rhythm.
She's able to kind of navigate her wit, intelligence, and femininity in a way for him to feel like he really needs her.
I was just impressed by the modernity of Katherine and the fact that she was an enlightened, educated, forward-thinking person who was trying to change things.
She had a very clear mission. She could inflict change.
I believe that I was chosen by God to get the king to change his will.
Jude Law is playing Henry VIII. He looks incredible.
I mean, he's dug so deep to portray him in a very authentic manner.
It was incredible working with Jude. He owned that character physically.
I was quite set from the beginning not to use prosthetics. I find them quite restrictive. I thought it'd be more interesting that we find him in me.
I think he's his perfect casting. He's got the charm and the threat.
Don't question us.
In the way that that dynamic evolved, that were really special. There's a line when she looks at him at the end and she says, I think we're both bound to hell. Both of them, they're always at the edge of losing control, of destroying each other.
It's a cat and mouse story as to whether she's going to get caught.
Because even though it might seem like it is a game, it's not. And when you realize what the stakes are, they're very, very high.
She's playing with fire, literally. She's a fascinating figure in her own right.
We've probably visited every stately home, Hampton Court. We've been everywhere. In the end, Haddon actually became our home.
Everything is so beautifully shot, it looks like an oil painting. I think it's going to be an extraordinary film, visually.
The tone of it will be not what you expect from a historical drama. And I've absolutely loved every single minute of it.
What I was excited about was the possibility of telling a very, very powerful chamber piece that was very psychological, emotional, passionate, and visceral.
I really hope that it's thrilling and I hope that it's a spectacle.